we go over to the mode, go into how to play here. Let's just pick Raptor because he's the basic of basic characters. Okay.
Are you ready? Play ball.
How to play. You can hit the ball. Hey, apparently I entered with keyboard, so the controls are gonna be, but whatever. You hit the ball with this whatever you bind to the swing input. So that looks like this. Now this part doesn't tell you you can actually hold it down. If you hold it down, that causes a charged hit. Charged hits have faster hit lag and double the ball speed like a smash. That's a useful thing to know. Now there's some secret stuff with charging. What a lot of people might not know is if you jump during a charge, you actually keep charging and jump. So that lets you have a lot more mobility to charge. So you can jump forward, jump back, whichever direction you want. During your charge, you can also turn, if you see what I'm doing. So this lets you do something where you start your swing, quickly turn around and swing the other way to cover mix-ups potentially. That's called tap charging. Because when you start your charge, the initial frame is active. So like I'll hold down swing here. You see how I hit the ball? So the initial frames were before you start charging, there's active frames. And if you miss the ball with the initial frames, you'll just go into a charge and you'll be able to turn around. This is useful for covering some timing mix-ups, and it's useful for covering balls that will go around and hit you in the back. There is some lag frames before you can turn. I think about 4 or 5, so it's not instant, which means you'll still die to some high-speed ball mix-ups. But it's a useful tool to know, especially at low speed. So let me just hit the ball. Advance the next part. You can aim by holding up or down. Yeah, this is how you pick angles. Either up or down. Jump with A. Okay, so this is pretty vague. There's a lot of jumping stuff. Okay, wow, I didn't even jump and it just advanced me. There's a lot of stuff with jump that's not immediately apparent. Any tips for charging a shot while waiting for someone's hit lag to end? Every charge has a certain amount of time that it will last, so I think I'm not totally sure on all the charge times in Blaze. I know them for the first game, but they're a little different here. So you kind of have to learn to watch the hit lag meter and say 2 or 3 bars are left, then you start your charge. I think Raptor and Latch and Dice all have like really short charge times. Sonata, Switch have medium length charge times, and Candyman has a really long charge time. I don't know the charge times for any of the new characters, but you know, it's just something that's on a per character basis. One thing to keep in mind though, yeah, like Dog said, if you charge too early, parry will make you whiff. But I'll be getting to parry discussions in a little bit, so I don't want to jump the gun too much on that. So jumping. You know, jump with A. You do your normal full hop like this. Everyone in Blaze has a second jump, so you can double jump in the air by pressing your jump button again. That's kind of what it looks like. This means anyone can reach the ceiling now. You can also short hop. If you tap A instead of kind of holding it down. Tap A. See how this is my full hop, this is my short hop. So you get different jump heights. You can double jump out of a short hop just the same. I don't think you can short hop a double jump. Double jump height is the same whether you tap it or hold it. Just like in the first game, if you jump and you hold jump, you actually have longer hang time. So here I'll jump and I'll let go. So I just kind of fall. I'll jump and I'll hold it. You see how I have significantly longer hang time? This is what lets you float in the air and do longer ball combos. So I can bunt and hold jump to kind of follow the bunt. Like that. Whereas if I bunt and let go of jump, I just drop. Now, the other mechanic with jumping is that at the apex of your jump, if you press down, you fast fall. This is the normal fall speed. And that's the fast fall. Normal fall, fast fall. You see how you fall a lot quicker? So that the utility of that is, for example, if you're down bunting the ball, you can fast fall. So I double jumped. I'm bad at tech skill, guys. Follow the ball down quicker. So that's pretty useful. Every character has a special movement option. I'm not going to go into them in this video, because this is focused on general mechanics, not really character-specific ones. But I hope that helps. Now, this is how you do the smash, right? Swing in the air and hold forward. I'll talk about down hits here. When you're in the air, if you hold down, that produces a down hit like this. Or I guess you can call it a spike. I think that's more exciting. Spike hits are pretty much like neutrals, like your neutral swing, but it's a downwards hitbox. It's below you. Just like with a neutral swing, you can choose your angle. So you can go down, forward, or back. And as you can see, his angles, Raptor's, their angles are kind of these steep ones that go one direction or the other. Down angle swings, the spikes, it's facing dependent. So some characters have more interesting dares, and whichever direction you're facing, like if you press towards your facing, that will always be one of the angles, and if you press towards your back, that will always be the other angle. So if you're facing this way, your dares will have kind of that facing. So forward dare will do the forward dare angle, and back will do the back one. And if you're facing this way, it's the opposite. So that's just something to keep in mind if it gets, if you get confused, why is one angle coming out, the other angle coming out? That's because facing really matters for dares. So there's a couple of other things about dares, but I'll talk about those when I get to the second tutorial, because that's where the discussion of ball speed is going to be. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. You can throw the ball by grabbing with RB. So if I grab, throw, looks like that. Now what this tutorial doesn't tell you is you can actually throw the ball downwards like that. So you can aim your throw either straight or down. Down throws have a unique property that they actually lower the ball speed. So if you see the ball speed is 18 right now, and I throw down, and it's now 14. Bunt the ball with B. It's pretty simple. You can directional bunt. That's in the second tutorial. So bunting, like it says, if you bunt it and then hit it, your hit comes out quicker and you get 2 bars of meter. Alright, I'm just gonna get some ball speed here and kill that guy really quick. So we hit the ball and hit the opponent. You hit the ball and make it go fast, it's harder to react to. Kind of the basics of the game. You can do a special attack when your meter is full. Let's get energy by hitting the ball. Okay, we have 4 bars. Now will the game recognize that we have 4 bars? Good. Now we can do our special attack. Okay. Oh. Every character's special is a little different. I'm not going to go into detail. on the differences because, again, this is a general tutorial, not a specific character tutorial. So now we can move on to how to play 2. Okay, still gonna be Raptor.
Are you ready? Play
Yeah, you
ball.
cannot disable the right analog stick. It's binded to expressions, so that's how it is. Okay, you can aim bunts by holding left or right. Kind of talked about that a little bit already. I'm doing some bunt techs using the double jump and holding jump to be able to follow the ball around. Okay, hit the ball back and forth at high speed. You can see when the ball will release on the boombox. So if you see, it's pointing at those 2 hit lag meters, but in the middle, there's also a number. That's the ball speed indicator. So whatever that number is, that indicates the ball speed. Something that's not immediately apparent is for your HP values. The ball speed and HP is a 1-to-1 ratio. So when the ball speed is 8, for example, you will take 8 damage. When the ball speed is, 100, you will take 100 damage. I believe every character, like the base HP value is 150. So if no one's taken a hit, the ball speed gets up to 150. That's where your full HP bar will be instantly destroyed. Let's see. So there's a number of ways to increase speed and a number of ways to decrease speed. A neutral swing will slightly increase speed by 1. Yeah, see how it increased speed by 1? And bunting will decrease speed by 1. Oh, alright, Lalo has a correction. The ball speed is 30 or less, you take 30 damage. Other higher values than 30, you take whatever that value is. Gotcha. So neutrals increase ball speed slightly, and bunts decrease ball speed slightly. And how do we increase ball speed a lot, or decrease ball speed a lot? Well, I already mentioned that throwing the ball down will decrease ball speed a lot. You can't see it on this boombox because the tutorial locks the speed, but that number actually scales with no, grabs do not. Grabs don't increase ball speed, down throwing decreases. If you either smash or do a charge attack, that increases ball speed by a lot. Let me demonstrate here. Oh god, I was too close. Do you see how it went up to 404? Like that. Ball speed is increased by a lot. Oh, maybe I can down throw now. Yeah, okay. There, you can see. When I down threw, it went from 401 to 300. And I'll down throw again, it'll go to 225. So it's like a certain percentage of the speed is lost every time you down throw. When you charge or smash, the ball speed increase actually scales. So the more you smash and the more you charge on the same ball, the less you will increase ball speed. Alright, this must be a locked value after the parry. So that number scales. The more you hit it, the less ball speed will increase. There's some ways to move that scaling. Down hit is one of them. If you down hit the ball, your scaling will be reset until the next time you hit it, you'll increase ball speed a lot more. The other way is if your opponent hits it, your scaling will also be reset. So I can't really show that here, but just take my word for it. When the opponent hits it, your smashes and charges will increase ball speed by a significant amount again. Okay, so for parries, to activate the parry, hit the ball and press your parry and press your bunt input, okay? There's something that they don't really tell you in the tutorial, which is that parry, you can actually hold the button, and that will extend the length of the parry and also extend the hit lag duration. Okay, we're gonna parry the opponent here. Boom. Get that.
Let's
Raptor.
roll.
Thanks for the follow, Ilfie. So that's a neat little thing with parries, is that you can actually create a hit lag mix-up by extending it.
Game.
Okay, we grabbed their parry. That's the other thing with grabs. If you grab a parry, that's only when that blue circle is active. You will go into a special animation and automatically hit the opponent, kill them, or do damage, depending on the ball speed. It's not an instant kill at lower speeds. Okay, so let's go into versus mode really quick. Oh, fuck. Versus mode. Latch, he's a pretty standard guy. And I'll talk about wake-ups. There's a mechanic in this game where you get knocked down. Anything after 37 ball speed will knock you down. If it's 36 ball speed or lower, you'll just kind of get slightly knocked back. Once it hits 37, you'll just be knocked down on the floor, and you can do a couple of different things out of the knockdown.
Are you ready? Play ball.
So let me get the ball speed up to above that value and bunt. Okay, so I'm going to have Latch get knocked down here. I'll show you the basic get-up attack. Wait, okay, that's swing. That's a get-up attack. That's activated by pressing swing after you've been knocked down. As you can see, that big blue circle around you, that kind of represents the AoE. The AoE of your get-up attack is huge. It's freaking massive. But when you do a get-up attack like that, you have a long recovery time afterwards. So let's get hit again. I'll show you. See how he taunts after that? During that taunt time, you're totally vulnerable. So you have to be really careful with the get-up attacks, because if your opponent kind of reads that you're going to do it, you could just get killed out of it. So get-up attacks are probably, high risk, high reward. Because if you successfully get-up attack, you do gain ball control as if it's a serve. There's a couple of other ways to wake up that don't involve the get-up attack. So if I get hit and knocked down... Oh, the ball speed's too low. Fuck. That's fine. I probably needed to die anyway. There we go. So if I walk into the ball, any of the movement inputs will just have you get back up right away. And you see how I lost the flashing effect? That shows that I'm no longer invincible once I stand up like that. So movement inputs do that, or jumping like that. Jump or movement will yield that sort of wake up. And you can swing out of it or bunt out of it or whatever. If you do it... Oh, it's too slow again. Let's just die. But there's a slight delay. So if you use the movement keys to wake up, you'll have a slight delay before you're actionable. So it's important to time that correctly. Now, the other thing you can do, if you get hit and you press bunt, you actually wake up and bunt. And you keep your iframes for the bunt. So that makes it kind of safe. So I'll run in. Bunt. Do you see how I was still flashing when I bunted? So I'm kind of protected when I do that bunt. This is like a little bit of a safe wake-up option. But it's risky because, you're bunting the ball. So that can be dangerous. I think that covers all the wake-up options. And that brings me pretty much to the end of what I wanted to demonstrate for the tutorial. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them now. Wow, it is safe but also risky if your opponent reads your bunt. Why Nitro suck? Well, can't really answer that one.
Too slow.
Okay, I'll just go and do stuff in training mode. Answer questions for a little bit. Oh yeah, I can talk about turning in the air, sure.
Random.
Turning in the air, it's kind of...
Are you ready?
I talked about jumping charges in the swing section. That was one of the first things I talked about. Oh. Went in here with keyboard. So air turning. Good point.
Are you ready? Play ball.
So air turning, normally when you jump, you can't turn in the air. So I'm like pressing my stick back and forth, and there's no turns. If you jump again, you can turn. So if I jump this way and jump the other way, now I'm facing that way. You can clearly see that because I'm hovering. So jump one way, jump the other way. That's one way to turn in the air. Other ways to turn in the air are with smash. I'm facing this way and I smash the other way. So just holding away and pressing swing, that turns you and smashes. Now if you hold up away, you'll do a neutral swing. You can also hold up away and grab to turn, like that. But you cannot hold up away and bunt to turn. So you see I'm holding up away and I'm bunting, but I'm staying the same facing. So bunting will not allow you to turn in the air, but swinging or smashing or even grabbing, that lets you turn in the air. I think that pretty much covers it for air turning. Are there any other pressing questions? Let's see. Sliding? Alright, let's cover sliding. Okay, so if you crouch while you're moving, like I'm running, right? And I crouch, you slide for a short distance before you stop. Now, there's some things you can do out of a crouch in this game. So if I'm sitting here crouching, I can press bunt and I'll bunt. You can press swing and I'll swing. Press jump and I'll jump. If I press grab, I'm pressing grab right now and you cannot grab out of a crouch. You can do a sliding swing, you can do a sliding bunt. So I run, crouch, and press a button. Run, crouch, and press a button. Run, crouch, swing, crouch, bunt. That lets you have kind of a moving hitbox. You cannot slide and grab. That is not a thing in this game. That pretty much covers it for sliding.